All right.
Yeah, we're live?
We are live,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, what's going on, everyone? My name's Tom from Dreadlabs. This is Gabi from Dreadlabs.
Yes, it's me.
Welcome to Dreadlabs podcast, episode number 5. We are live from our living room.
Dinner table.
Dinner at the dinner
Yeah.
table, yeah. And we are ready to answer your questions, chill out, talk creativity in general. Do all of that in our on our Wednesday afternoon here today.
Yeah. Wednesday morning, maybe for you. Or...
Yeah, it might be morning for you. It might be evening for you. It might be even like in the middle of the night somewhere.
Nah, I don't think you're watching live.
I don't know. You never
Yeah,
know.
maybe.
There might be. I don't even think that there's like a time in the world at this moment where it like.
It's night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really.
I think it's like in the ocean. I think it's like in the ocean or something.
Yeah.
It might be. What's up, Juicy? How are you doing? What's up, Eddie? How are you guys doing? So what we wanted to talk about for today is, I think, hobbies, right?
Yeah.
And the bigger picture of this is staying sane and during quarantine. Yeah. We talked a little bit about this in the last episode, I guess.
Last week.
Last week, yeah. But yeah, I thought we could like kind of like zoom in on that. I don't know. So yeah, it's 2 p.m. in the UK right now. Okay.
It's okay.
That's fair. Yeah, that's 1 hour
1
early.
hour. Yeah.
So yeah, Gabi, before we start talking about everything that we have in store today, yeah, what has been on? What did you have on repeat this week? Like a TV show, music, anything?
What I had on repeat, I think I have a Spotify playlist, songs to sing in the shower, on repeat. Yeah, it's a 90s. It's like wrong, but also right. Guilty pleasures.
Right.
It's really, yeah.
It's what I like to call cleaning music. Like if you go clean the house, you put on something like that, right?
Yeah, I play it while I'm working. I don't know why, but it's like I don't have to
think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best ways to work are when you're like in this creative flow and you're working on something, but then you're also like not thinking about it, but you're also like singing along or screaming along with the music. You know?
Yeah, and hair bopping.
Yeah, that's like I love when you're like in that state. You know, I've had it quite some times, and even like without like actually singing. I would like some raw techno in the background or something.
Last week you were singing to Childish. I remember
I
was working in the other room and I was like, "Is he okay?"
Yeah, that was the album of the week last week. It was Camp by Childish Gambino. Really good album. One of my it's my all-time favorite album, and I try to sing along, I guess, or rap along with it, I guess.
And what is your repeat of the week?
What I have on, I think yesterday. I had the Nose Knows.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah. So the Nose Knows, and that's the podcast of John Cantino, New York designer, with his intern Brent the intern, which I don't think is an intern anymore.
I don't think.
But yeah, they are really consequent with their episodes. Last year they only released like 3 episodes, and now they're doing one every week.
So
I haven't really been able to keep up with that, so I had it on repeat during my workday, like yesterday, to try to keep up, but I'm still not like there yet. But yeah, that was so basically for the people in the chat, those are 2 designers who talk design, but also talk like where their creativity comes from. They talk a lot about movies, music, and just have fun in general. They're really funny guys, so yeah, I really recommend you check them out at the Nose Knows or nosecast.com, I think.
They're even on Spotify, I think.
They're on Spotify. They're on YouTube, and I think like on Apple Podcasts and stuff like that as well. We probably should like export the audio files for these and just upload them to.
Yeah, I did them for my internship. I have like a document with podcast.
Yeah, but the first 3 episodes of the Dreadlabs podcast are already on Spotify.
Oh.
So I probably need to keep that up.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat right now. Let's see what they're even up to. What's
Thanks,
up,
Raptor
Shellfish?
dude. Nice to talk. We
Miguel,
bought it
Raka.
we bought it at the zoo. There was a
Yeah.
sick turtle, and his
His shell.
his shell was broken, so we bought it as a
We
reminder.
didn't buy a shell.
No, we didn't buy the mug. We bought the mug.
Yeah.
We only have crazy mugs. Told me
So-
it's one for my Christmas.
Yeah,
This
it's
year.
like a wrong Christmas.
Yeah, it's
mug.
really dark.
It's really too dark. The printing kind of like messed up.
It's us two with 2 dogs.
But yeah, about the turtle, I think it's he had like his shield broke down, but he
Yeah.
became too light, so he floated up. So now
Yeah.
they put weights on him to keep him down, right?
It was very sad.
Yeah, very
He
sad.
was like stuck in a corner.
Yeah.
Oh. I almost cried, I think.
Yeah, but we donated to
Yeah.
him by buying the mug.
Yeah.
What's up, Mamo? Hello. Pasha, Miguel, Juicy, Joao, Miko, the Raptor dude, Raka, Miguel. Oh, Miguel already said something else. All right, so thoughts on lo-fi hip hop. I listen to a lot of lo-fi beats, and I'm not sure if like lo-fi hip hop is like lo-fi beats with rap or with like
I think so.
probably, right?
Yeah.
I think I listen to these like lo-fi beats where they like pick a existing rap
Mhm.
song and they just pitch the vocals down, and then they put it on a lo-fi beat.
Yeah.
So then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's lo-fi rap, but yeah, pretty cool. Really nice to work with. Do you listen to that?
Yeah, I think so. I like the lo-fi.
Hmm.
I don't really like harsh songs, so.
All right. So Juicy's working from home right now, listening as you work. Really cool. Thank you so much for the support. Middle of the day in Moscow. Wow.
Really? Oh yeah, it's because it's beneath. No, middle of the day. It's later there.
Yeah, but maybe no. Russia's pretty close to Europe, so it's probably like maybe in the same time zone, maybe 1 hour like
Yeah?
later.
Okay.
Uh,
I never understood them.
All right. So, Memo, you asked a question on the IG story, and I think the question he asked was how to get clients and how to start
Mhm.
networking. And let's answer that question real quick, and then maybe like dive into keeping sane in
Yeah.
quarantine and motivate yourself, and maybe like hobbies, because that's the one
Mhm.
thing that might be interesting to talk about a little bit more. So basically, I'll just start with like sharing my story and how I started like getting a network, I guess.
Yeah.
So before I basically was a freelance designer, yeah, there's a beginning and there's
Mhm.
like the beginning where I started designing. But I did some graphic design work for for my own event company, which was in like 2017 or something. I did my own artworks for my music stuff, but basically what I did with the event stuff is also like quite like a networking tactic that I had was I made sure that we organized a lot of events where we could book DJs.
Mhm.
And because I was a DJ myself, I was like, okay, I can book you to my event if you book me on your event. And that's how I got gigs going. That's how I like got a network. And like I guess a couple of people just asked me like, who does your posters? And I was like, I do them.
Mhm.
So this is where I like kind of get like some small artwork gigs, not too much money, just like a side business next to my going to school.
Mhm.
And this is where my internship comes in, and I get a lot better at design. And during my internship, I got in touch with Julian Sebulba. He's now part of Psycho Boys Club. Really cool producer, really good. And basically, we talked for a little bit, and he wanted to rebrand some stuff, and I said I can look into that for you. And so the I think thanks to Julian, my network got like expanded really cool,
Yeah.
big.
Mhm.
Because like I did a release for him, and I just made sure that I shared my releases on my Instagram. And I made sure that when Julian had like some other artworks, or like if you need me to work on anything else, you need my help for anything else, you just let me know. And then he had a collaboration coming up with Ray Ray, which got me in touch with Ray Ray. And I did their artwork on, I don't remember what the song was called. um, but yeah, and this was released on a label. And then because of the animation and the artwork that I did, the label got in touch with me. So basically, what I did was, the best network you can have is like with mouth to mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, how do you say?
I think it's mouth to mouth.
Yeah, basically like
When people talk good about you.
Yeah, because like I haven't had any like, I had some like long lasting client relationships through Instagram. But I think what happened with me is I could show my Instagram as like a credibility. You know, like when people go to my profile and they saw like all the artworks that I did, people were like, okay, this guy's legit. But then I also like had to make sure that all of the clients that I got, they came to me through another client. So yeah, I basically, if you want to have like a word of mouth, that's what I was looking for. Make sure that you have a client, the first client you get, or the first person you want to work with, already has something to look at. So I made sure that I had a lot of like free, or not free, like free work, where I did like cover redesigns for Post Malone or something. You know, like he saw that I could do the stuff that I can do.
Yeah. Just have a great portfolio.
Yeah, and then he saw like, okay, this guy's legit. He makes some really cool stuff. He has something to show for on his Instagram, and then okay, I can work with this guy because Julian Sebulba also worked with him, and he said he was pretty nice, cool guy to work with. And that's basically how it worked with me. I guess is this? I hope this helps.
I'm not really working as a freelancer right now, but I got a few gigs from you. Work you didn't do, or it was too easy for you. And I worked with someone I found on Facebook.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
she just put a post up from, I'm searching someone who can do this and this, and we I think she FaceTimed 5 or 6 people, and I just let her look at my portfolio, and I did some work for her, and she said she wanted to work for me, with me.
And that's also because you had a nice personal connection as well, right? Yeah, you guys probably hit it off pretty well on FaceTime.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also word to mouth.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth from some classmates from me.
And the Facebook group that you are talking about right now, that's it's connected to your school.
Yeah.
But I reckon there's a lot of like Facebook groups with local like.
Yeah, I'm in one. The creative of the South.
Yeah, definitely. And there should probably be something about, like about your city maybe, or maybe like small business owners from the city you're in, or something like that. So yeah, that's probably like a good way to start. Connect with other people on Instagram, connect with people on the Dreadlabs Discord.
Just connect with them.
Yeah, and try to show your face, I guess, and try. That's why I also like do my tutorials with a face cam, because I want to have you guys get familiar with my face, and I want to have a personal connection.
You are the brand.
Yeah.
You're selling yourself.
So. Yeah, definitely, and that's the cool thing as well. Like I want to have a relationship with my clients where my clients can just WhatsApp me and they're like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And then like you can have like a non-serious conversation first.
Yeah, drink a beer.
Yeah, maybe like I think most of my long-lasting clients I can just hang out and grab a beer with, you know, and that's what I also think is important. Not only like from my perspective as how I want to position myself as a freelancer or a designer, but also because those are the clients I would like to work with, I guess. So yeah, I hope that's like informative enough. Let's read the chat because it's getting quite wild in there. Dreadlabs Discord has been the best server I joined. Thank you, Dante.
I'm in the Discord too. I'm never online.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand Discord.
Yeah, you know.
But I'm on there.
So Juicy asked if we are both designers.
No, first we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
We're boy and girlfriend, and Dreadlabs is mostly you, but I help think about concepts, I think.
Yeah, you do a lot of concepts.
Yeah.
Like social media segments. She came up with the brand highlight posts that I did for Dreadlabs clothing brands.
The podcast.
The podcast, yeah.
Oh, your last video of the plants.
The scientific plant poster video. But yeah,
I don't get paid. So maybe we need to talk about it.
So you can actually pay Gabi by super chatting and no,
you can support the mug collection.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the chat as well. What's up, Namba? A lot of people from the Philippines, I guess, right? Halo is, I'm still trying to expand to communities outside of gaming. It's really hard to get into the music industry, considering I live in Turkey and the music industry is completely trash in general. That might be true, and I guess I'm a little bit lucky to live in the Netherlands, but due to COVID, I haven't really been able to connect with a lot of musicians as well, and that's where the internet comes in.
Not at all.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the internet could really help you out there, and it's quite easy to join communities there. And there might be even like some music producer discords. For example, there's the Psycho Boys Club. They produce like really hard techno. Julian, the person I've talked about, is also like one of the members of Psycho Boys Club. They have their own Discord for music producers. So it might be interesting to join that as well. Talk about people, maybe they need artworks done. I think that's a great way to like get in touch with producers or musicians in general. See where they hang out. Maybe they hang out on YouTube channels of producers. Maybe they hang out on Discord. So yeah, if you want to like get in touch with musicians, just try to find out where they are active online.
Maybe on Twitch. I know you did a podcast on Twitch with
with the Psycho Boys Club.
Yeah, Psycho Boys
Club. It was with the same guys. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see. I can't even keep up with the chat.
It's also very small. I need glasses, I think.
Namba, it's got a point that the word of mouth is really useful, especially when you're still in school. So Juicy has another question. Do you find yourself stretched thin when learning software? I know you do Photoshop, Motion, also some 3D. I don't have spare time to learn 3D software, but I would love to. Any tips? Yeah, this is the thing about me, but this applies to me personally, and it might apply to you as well. But for example, it doesn't apply to you. I think I'm pretty fast at learning software. Like I'm not fast at learning languages, but like I don't know, some digital stuff.
I'm really bad at it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're not too bad at it.
I'm bad. When you teach me something, I was like 5 minutes later, I'm like, what button do I need to push? Juicy, a good example is combining two tasks. And what I did, for example, when I wanted to learn Illustrator is I basically followed a long like LinkedIn learning class about Illustrator, about the basics, and then add some like advanced stuff while working out on like a home trainer, on like a bicycle. Oh yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, so if you have like a treadmill or like a home trainer or something, I would advise you to like get maybe like iPad or link your laptop to a TV that's nearby, or maybe even on your phones, and try to like learn as you go, because I find working out really boring.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we're not good at it.
So that's a way to do it. What I used to do with music when I was younger is like, for example, on a Sunday, I was like hungover because I went out, and I would just like get out of bed, get some breakfast, and then like watch like maybe like a live stream or something by a producer on my phone. And then like when I felt inspired, I tried to apply the things that the producer did in the live stream for myself. So for example, let's say I'm doing a live stream this Friday, which I'm doing actually. Maybe like you learn something new there. Yeah. And you might learn something there, and maybe like try to
Mhm.
apply it immediately after the live stream, or maybe like in the evening afterwards. But I guess it has a lot to do with if you're feeling inspired. You know, if you don't
Yeah.
really feel it, then it's harder to learn.
And if you're in the mood for it, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
So yeah, and I guess it's a little bit of trial and error. Like when during the day do you feel the most like inspired or productive? It might be in
Yeah,
the
it is.
morning, might be like after work. Maybe you're too tired after work. Maybe you have to do it during work.
And
Maybe
I
the
think,
weekends.
yeah, I think it's also not wrong if you plan it for another moment if you're not in
Yeah,
the mood.
definitely, and that's very
Pushing
important.
yourself is good, but not yeah. How do you
If you
say?
start to punish yourself for it,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
then
think
it's
that is
yeah.
what I
If
mean.
if you
Yeah,
start punishing yourself for not doing something productive, it will go in like a downward spiral.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, Swan Dark Art is saying, I don't understand Discord yet, but I'm getting a grip on it slowly.
Same.
Same goes for me because I used Discord for like 1 month
Mhm.
before I started the Dreadlabs server actually. So I'm still learning, still like
Mhm.
even today. And I guess I only had like a few calls, just like Zoom or Teams or
Mhm.
something, you know. Let's see what chat is saying. Nice to have the teamwork element. My girlfriend's a game designer. We hope to collab on something. That's
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
nice.
You guys are so lucky.
I like game designing. Oh. No, no, it's a joke.
Halo is saying I can't really have convo with people out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I try to be active on Twitter as much as possible, but with Discord community, it's always a struggle for me. Really, yeah, it's hard for me too. I'm kind of an introvert myself, and it's kind of like, and this is one of those things where you
Mhm.
just have to like push yourself into the deep end.
Yeah.
Same goes with me, like in social. Before I tell the story, thank you so much for the super chat, Juicy. Yeah, that might add to the mug collection. um, yeah, thank you so much for your support because yeah, it just really helps us out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the story what I wanted to share was
Which
there
one?
the boiler sub one, where
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so there's like this
I think you have a
thing.
kind of bit of anxiety when meeting people.
Yeah, doing new things I get anxiety
Yeah.
and like meeting new people.
Mhm. Me too. But
Yeah,
it's
there
kind
was
of when I get it, I'm in a hyperactive mode. I'm
yeah
gonna be no 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 no, and you're just a bit more shy
yeah
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this like how do you call it? Like there's a location here in the city
Mhm.
we live in, and it's basically like they're kind of like
Creative hub, I
creative
think.
hub slash mental health hub.
Mhm.
It's very similar to Dreadlabs, but it's more like uh,
Real life.
in real life instead of
Yeah.
digital. So basically, yeah, you go there and try to connect with people, but also like talk about how you feel. They
Mhm.
make you feel better. It's really nice, but
Yeah.
uh,
And on Friday you're free to come. It's
yeah, you can just come by and
yeah,
talk to
walk
people.
in. And last week they had fries,
Yeah,
so I was very happy about it.
yeah. Shout out Boilers Up.
Yeah, and a
Um,
dog. There's a dog.
Definitely,
So.
very cute.
Mhm.
But the thing was, is I was quite like Gabi, you used to live near the city, so you have a lot of
Yeah.
friends that already live here, and I only had a
Mhm.
couple. So I wanted to do this because I wanted to make new friends in the creative like industry, um, and I didn't know where to start, and this was like supposed to be the perfect place to start, I guess,
Yeah.
right? So I was a little bit scared to do it, and then you just like pushed me and said you have to do this.
Mhm.
So I went alone. So to kind of like, you know, when you're alone and coming somewhere, it's easier to. Well, it's not easier to talk to
Mingle.
people.
No, it's easier to mingle because
Y-
you're alone and people
Yeah,
see that, so they're
and
easier to talk to you because you're not in a conversation with someone else.
yeah, and the way that I go about doing it when I need to do it
Mhm.
is I put myself up really vulnerable. You know, like I went there and I was just like telling everyone, "Hey, I'm new here. I don't have any friends yet in Tilburg,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm here. What do you do for a living
Mhm.
or something, you know?" And that really worked for me. So I guess you could do the same with Discord, and it might even be a little bit easier because you don't have to like go somewhere physically and talk to someone, and just
Yeah.
you can just like
But
chat.
maybe it's harder because you're not interacting with someone directly.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely.
It's harder to make a connection online, I think.
Yeah, and
You
especially
can make
like
it though.
in the Dreadlabs, there's like Discord, like there's for example like a general talk thing, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what do you say? How do you start a conversation? You know?
Hello, how
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you?
How yeah, you can ask how everyone's doing, or but yeah, I really encourage people on the
Mm-hmm.
Dreadlabs Discord to just say, okay, what's everybody working on today, or what are you gonna do this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
or does anyone play games? You know. So yeah, I think that's just the way to do it, and yeah, there's nothing really you can do besides try to do
Yeah.
it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Um, all right, so number one is saying same here. Yeah, it's awkward to start a convo again, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
Um, and that's really nice of you. Dante is offering to like talk on the Discord. That's pretty much the
Oh,
essentially what I would like
that's
to do
very
with Redlips.
sweet.
Very very good. I'm really happy with this. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much, Namba. You are a valued member of our community. Um, so Jovik is asking how the Octane learning is going.
Mm.
It's really cool, but it crashes a lot and it's pretty frustrating. But I feel like I learn something new every day, and it's been a process, you know. But yeah, it goes fairly well. I'll try to share a few results. I'm actually rendering in the background right now, and I'll try to share you some snippet visuals of something that's
Are
coming
you
up later this
making
year.
the secret project with Octane?
Yeah.
You showed me last
What?
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With the knob and the twisting knob and the max.
Yeah, but also the glass.
Yeah.
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 True.
Um.
Now I understand it.
uh.
Like I don't use 3D programs. I just use Adobe.
Adobe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I get so people in the chat. If you have any questions for us, let us know. There might be some questions that we look like for accidentally skipped. But yeah, I think this is a cool segment into our next segment, which is the plant highlight of the week.
Yes, the plants.
So Gabi, my girlfriend, brought another one of our
I
plants.
didn't buy it.
Yeah, you didn't buy it. Well, and it's
I got it as a gift.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this does he have a name or she?
No, it's just we call him Maranta. I don't know. It's English. Maranta, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a prayer plant.
Yeah, it's also known as a prayer plant. You can really see him because it's a bit dark.
Wait, I'll try to get the light here.
It's one of my favorite plants, I think. I got it from two friends of mine when I first started living on my own. Most of the leaves are here. And I think the cool thing about the plant is he open and closes his leaves. In the morning, when he first gets the sun, his plant of his arms will go like up and catch the sun, and at night they will go down and they kind of close his leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally like does a prayer hand, I guess.
So he now looks like a sad plant hanging and kind of dying because he's in the shadow.
Yeah, he's like kind of like.
And last week it's really sad. The sun was shining very hard and he kind of burned himself in the sun. So we need to find a new place for him.
Mm-hmm. But we really take a lot of care for this one. But this is your favorite, right?
Yeah, I think. And with the monkey leaf.
Right.
Yeah. It's my special. I give him hugs every day.
She washes leaves very properly.
Yeah.
And it actually he's thriving as well, you know. So you've seen all like these little
and he's in a new pot, so he just.
He's a little. The only thing is he's getting a little bit heavy, so he kind of needs to grow a little bit more up.
Progestronate. I don't know how you say it.
Propagate.
Propagate.
Yeah.
It is. We need to propagate him, but he hasn't gotten the right
like
knob.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the plant highlight of the week. Let's see. What's up, Cubanme?
Memo really does know his plans.
Yeah. So Eddie is asking, do you have any experience with Dash 3? No. And I think...
Is that a program?
Yeah, that's software. That's 3D software. I only have experience in 3D with Cinema 4D, A little bit in Blender, only the basics, and then Octane as of like a month ago, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, isn't DAS like the I think you make like people in DAS Studio, so you can make like really easy human faces, and you get like some crazy.
You don't really use human, do you?
Sometimes like a head or something.
Yeah, but never really a human.
I don't have any money to buy Dash 3D in the near future.
Same.
I'm getting a camera very soon, so. But yeah, shall we start like talking about like the hobbies, keeping inspired and being sane during quarantine? All right, so let's start off with saying that we have been in an actual quarantine for since half December now. Like the stores haven't really been open yet.
No, you can book an appointment since
but
2 weeks. But
but it's not really like the same.
no, we can go out for walks, but yeah, they don't want you.
That's the only the only reason. The only way you can go outside is go on walks, and they don't kind of like don't want that as well because like a lot of people go to the parks now.
Yeah, and you're only allowed, I think, with 1 or 2 people outside your household.
Wait, is okay? That is free. Okay.
Oh.
Then I might have to look into that. Okay, so before we continue, Dante is asking Tommy, I'm working on a music video for an artist I manage. I'm looking for assets and graphics for it, and I need to open up in the Discord community. Yeah, definitely, Dante. So in the Discord community, there is a sub channel called Resources. The main idea is that people can share resources there, but you can also ask for resources. The only thing that I ask of you is don't share any illegal ones.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, if you need assets for a certain thing, you can just ask if someone has them. But then they only can share with you the link if they're paid, and then you have to pay for them yourself. And Morrow, that's Cinema 40. I might look into that this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, back to our...
maybe you should do a first impression video.
Maybe even a live stream, like just go into it blind.
Oh yeah, Friday.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Do you think it's cool if he does that? I don't know. I don't...
Yeah, I think it's a bit boring to look at someone like... Okay, so here's the copy-paste menu.
Yeah, so maybe a review video.
Yeah, maybe like my first thing that I made or something, you know,
Just working together here. Brainstorming ideas.
Maybe you have to look into it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm very atechnical.
Yeah, but I think you can learn it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Saying creative during lockdown.
Thank you so much, Machiavelli Design. It means a lot. And yeah, thank you for being a part of our community. So yeah, creativity.
We're in lockdown for 4 months.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep being sane.
Yeah.
And every week we tell ourselves, okay, this is the final straw. I'm nearly there, but yeah, you can't really do anything about it, you know? Like the in Dutch we say this is the last drop that makes the the bucket overflow.
Yeah,
the bucket like overflow, and our bucket has been like flowing over for a few months now.
A year.
Yeah. So what we try to do is find new hobbies away from our screens to keep being sane, keep ourselves inspired on another way.
Yeah.
Because if you keep scrolling on social media, it just, I don't know about you guys, but it makes me really depressed.
Me
like
too.
I see all these cool designers and I always feel like I have to compete with them. And if someone has like landed a good client, I'm happy for them. But I also kind of wish, I wish I had that client, or, you know, and that feeling is like, can be very destructive if you don't have anything to distract you from that.
Yeah.
And now that you can go out on a bar on the weekend or like hang out with a lot of friends and go to parties, stuff like that is...
You kind of feel like you have FOMO.
Yeah. And on everything, you know, and
even the small things. When I saw like friends having, I don't know how you say. I think it's a Dutch thing, gourmetten. It's a hot plate and you put food on it.
It's basically like grilling, but inside.
Yeah, it's inside. It's very weird. But I saw my friends doing that, and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that with you." I was like, "Wait, why?" Because they are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
So
The
yeah.
FOMO, the Corona FOMO.
So yeah, you have recently picked up a new hobby, I think last week. A lot of people were complaining about it actually in the
Yeah.
last week's live stream.
No, not complaining. I think was it Memo? No, Jackson.
Jackson and Revolver were
Revolver.
there.
Yeah, they were very sweet to me. I started diamond painting. It's like painting in the colors. In color? Color painting?
Yeah, painting with numbers.
Painting with numbers. Colors.
You're always painting with colors, right?
Yeah, painting with numbers, but you're not painting. You're picking small diamonds and you're putting them. It's kind of
like a sticky paper or something, right?
Yeah, it's very brain dead work.
Yeah, you don't really have to think about it.
Yeah, it's a boop, boop, just dead. And last week, why you were complaining, and the diamonds needed to put it in a little bag.
Little plastic baggies, yeah.
I was kind of wrinkling. It didn't fit. It was very frustrating. I spilled everything on the ground. But I think it's a nice way for me to...
it calms you down, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of sets my energy level back, because normally I would just go lay on the couch from 6 p.m. till when we go to bed. I think it's at 12.
Yeah.
And I have done nothing.
Yeah.
So now I see the progress I make.
And it makes you feel productive, even though you aren't really like, you're not working to make money or something, you know? And that's the thing about like recharging. If you feel this way, you need to ask yourself, are you recharging, right? And I've personally found that like watching Netflix or scrolling on Instagram for even 2 hours or something, I don't like, it's like relaxing, but I don't really recharge from it. And
yeah, I like watching Netflix, and I can recharge from it, I think.
Yeah, but only so far.
Yeah, it is.
Because you still feel kind of stressed out, like if you've only watched Netflix for like the last 6 hours of the day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I really like watching TV with you.
Yeah, and that's the problem with us. I kind of dislike it.
When it's like Saturday night, I like laying on the couch with you and having maybe cheese and
but like I guess like
toasted.
Getting into the mood to watch a movie, that's different for me than watching like a Netflix series that you have to do every night, you know.
It's okay, you don't need to watch it with me.
But yeah, that's the good thing about these hobbies though, like they give you the opportunity to recharge in another way. And the ways that we've done that is go on walks, and if you don't like walking, I advise you to like do something like Pokemon Go or something, you know, playing something where you get like kind of get motivated to walk, I guess.
I got a shiny with Pokemon Go.
Not even only on Pokemon Go, also on like Let's Go Eevee. Like you're playing and you're only at like the third gym, and you got a shiny.
Yeah.
And
I never used him, I think.
You never even used him, and I played Pokemon for I think since I was 6 or 7, so that's like 18 years now. And I've never.
You got one.
Yeah, I had one shiny in Pokemon Go, but before that I've never got a shiny.
Sorry, you can have mine.
You got 2.
Yeah.
We're pretty jealous, but well, what was like the diamond painting for you is for me it's like Gunpla building.
Yeah, it is.
And it's kind of like it doesn't have to be an expensive hobby, but you can expand it so much, and you can get so like you get so into it, you know, like there's people doing spray painting, customizing. I just built the kits and put the stickers on, but there are like people like airbrushing it, like modifying it, buying like LEDs for them. They built their own like display cases. So those hobbies, like they kind of go. You can go as far as you want to go with them, you know. Like for example, you can also like get like a book and like I don't know, put all of your diamond paintings in that one book or something, you know. You can also like expand it, like I guess a little bit further. You maybe there are like bigger diamond painting kits.
There are, and I will buy them. Now I have a very small one, but you have like the biggest.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That there's like always something like more
Mm-hmm.
expensive or more bigger to get
Yeah.
into, and that's what I also like about Gunpla. And what it kind of feels for me like it's like I guess some like Legoing for our adults.
Oh, I think Lego is also for adults.
Yeah, definitely,
We
but
did Lego like a few weeks ago
yeah.
here on the table.
And that's what also that's another one that I actually never did with you, but I did this with my ex girlfriend. We had like we built some Harry Potter Lego
Yeah,
kits together, and
I
that's
want to
like
do
pretty
that.
fun. The only thing that Lego is really
Yeah,
expensive
it
for
is.
what it is. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, also Lego, really cool creative hobby where you can kind
Mm-hmm.
of set your mind to zero, like follow what's on there. But you can also like dive deeper into it, do customizing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah. Um,
So I wanted to say, one of my hobbies is like painting with aquarelle painting with
mhm.
water paint. But like I haven't done it for quite a few time.
Yeah, I think what it is, and that's the same thing with me. Like I used to customize T-shirts and
Yeah.
paint with that, but ever since quarantine and
Mm-hmm.
doing like creative stuff for a living, sometimes it's hard to do something creative
Mm-hmm.
if you want to relax or calm down.
Yeah,
And then
maybe
it's
that's it.
nice to have like a book which gives you instructions to do
Mm-hmm.
to still make something.
Yeah, you can kind of set your brain off. So,
Yeah. So you do something creative,
mm-hmm.
but you don't have to
Think
give
about it.
creative input yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the cool thing about these hobbies, I
Yeah, it
guess.
is.
Let's say what the chat is up to. Let's see what the chat is up to actually. Jovik is interested in a video about managing assets, how to make a folder hierarchy, some stuff like that. I can also do that. Then Swan Dark Art is saying do the desk fit because I was considering
Mm-hmm.
it because the live stream is a good idea. Uh, it's Juicy says we had our baby daughter last November. Oh,
Oh,
congratulations!
congratulations.
And a lot of our family and friends still not matter because of lockdown. Oh, that's rough.
Oh,
uh, we have something similar. We like moved into this new apartment in January, and my
yeah.
stepbrother still haven't seen it. So yeah, it's it. I yeah, your problem is
Yeah,
a
it's
little bit
way
like more rough.
shittier.
Yeah, ours is basically like a shitty version of your problem,
Yeah.
but I can still kind of imagine how you feel. Um, I hope we'll get better in the UK, man.
I thought they were out of lockdown in the UK.
Yeah, they're doing great, but I think there's like in the process of like
Oh
lifting
yeah,
the rules.
because of the vaccines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so Memo was saying stuck in a situation you minted your piece and now you don't have enough money to list it. Yeah, that's why I talked about it last week in the podcast. Like
Yeah, you did.
it's quite a bit of money to and mint and list your
Mm-hmm.
NFTs. And what's up? Good morning, Jackson. How are you doing? Um, so Jackson is saying they are working on fixing that problem of verification, which would reduce those costs by a lot. That would be really cool. Um, what's up, Tortrex Music? How you doing? Memo has a bunch of hobbies as well: beatbox, making music, video editing. I also make keyboards, so Tom knows where to get yourself a new keyboard. Yeah, I have like a really cheap keyboard as of now, but I'm still saving up for some other gear. But if I need a keyboard, I will hit you up.
Also
um,
with the lights in them.
Probably like it
Yeah.
matches my computer, right? So Jackson's also been going into Gunpla and learning 3D design to make your own digital Gundams. That's really cool.
I
And
think I would really like Gunpla if it wasn't so manly.
yeah, I think probably
Yeah.
yeah.
If it was a girl version, like a pink one.
But there's probably like model kits for like girls, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like
Yeah. Maybe I
uh,
should search for them.
yeah, like I think most like model kits are more like war
Yeah.
vehicles and boats and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, you know. Um,
I like girly things. Diamonds and pink.
so Pasha is saying I've seen an app for making NFTs for free today, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's good. It's called Sing. All right. Um, so yeah, I have created some NFTs, and if you want to look back, I last podcast I actually shared my experience with that. So there's a video on my channel. I posted this last Saturday, I think. Um, what would you want to link memo. I'm not really sure. But yeah, if you guys want to share links with everyone, I highly recommend everyone to join the Dreadlabs Discord, and you can just keep the conversation to continue the conversation there after the live stream. Yeah, I kind of wanted to like show people with diamond painting and some gunplas. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to get them or should I get them?
You can get them.
Yeah.
They are just there. Like my diamond painting, you can really see it, I think, because it's not done yet.
Yeah, but it's still like maybe like far away. The cool thing is it kind of is like a pixelated view, right?
Yeah, it is.
Where is it?
In the bottom one. Onderaan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for my Dutch.
You can show this and I'll get some.
Oh.
Okay. Here's some.
Uh-oh.
No,
The diamonds.
No, it wasn't my legs.
No. Yeah. What do I need to? Yeah, you can see it.
Like show what the pen looks like, or
It's.
I can
Oh,
see
you
it.
can see it now.
yeah, right.
Yeah. It's gonna be a wolf with diamonds on it, and you can really see it. But yeah, you get a bag with this you heard last week. You get a bag with like small diamonds. There it is, small diamonds. And a tool you can put them on the sticky paper. And always close it up, because otherwise it won't stick anymore. Ah.
Some more, but should I get them?
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna close it so it's not gonna be annoying. But I'm gonna put it away from you.
This one's so dusty though.
Oh, it's falling apart.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has been in the box since we moved.
Is that your first one you did? I think.
This is the second one. The first one I ordered. With his kneecaps.
Oei. His kneecap is off.
Yeah.
Must be hard to walk.
But yeah, this is
Memo saying, yeah, Gundams.
the what is
I
this?
think
one
it's
called?
too harsh light to see it.
This one is the Freedom Gundam. Should I?
It's too harsh of a light. I really like this one.
This is a like real great Freedom Gundam. This was like you can see the scale difference, but look at this detail though. Like this one compared to that one.
It's way smaller.
Yeah, I really need to get this one, and I'm gonna break it apart again, and I'm gonna dust it off, and then like panel line it.
Because when you made it, you didn't know about panel lining.
I didn't know about panel lining, and I didn't really use an X-Acto knife to like cut the NURBS off. This is my last build. It's
Did you get them from Rick and Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Titan mobile suit. I'm not really sure what the like real full name is, but it's my first master grade actually. Really fun to build. You can really see that it's this has a lot of more detail because, like, for example, if you open this up,
this is really cool.
The driver is in there, or the pilot.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it in, but there the pilot is in here. And then like the weapons are like a lot more detailed, and it's a little bit more sturdy than the high grade ones. And this one is actually not a Gundam.
Oh, it was different.
That's a Digimon.
Digimon.
So that's a War Greyman amplified. Basically, this one's fairly easy to make. But it was a little bit more expensive. But yeah, I just thought it was so cool. I had to buy it. And now I'm still waiting on a pre-order of a master grade Sazabi, which was $100. The most expensive kit that I ever bought, I think.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, I'll get all the other Gundams in the background next time.
Yeah, it's okay. With the plants.
Yeah, with the plants.
And I think plants are a hobby of us too. If we're talking about hobbies.
Yeah, that's another hobby. Is like taking care of plants. I've started to grow some peppers.
Yeah.
In like a propagator tray. And you're starting to propagate like some plants that we already had. We're giving those away.
Pineapple plants.
The pineapple plants, for example.
Grass plant.
So yeah, basically we're giving those away to our some of our friends who would like to get some plants.
Do you have any tattoos?
Do I have any tattoos? I have one. Let's see if I can get it close up here. Also, pretty fun story. You've probably heard the story like a million times already.
What?
How I got my tattoo.
Yeah, it's okay.
I
like it when you tell stories. So.
Oh, Bionicle figures. I used to have those as well. I think that's where my love of Gunpla comes from, really. Bionicles are like the Legos, you know? I love those.
I know.
Yeah, my tattoo. Basically, I wanted a tattoo for ages, but I never really knew what to get. And I've always been really inspired by masks. And at some point in the summer of 2018, I lost a bet. And if I lost that bet, I needed to make an appointment for getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
So I immediately sent the artist some mood boards of like Maya and Aztec masks because I really wanted a mask. And I've always really been fascinated by the South American like cultures, I guess. And when I started drawing like in Illustrator, I drew masks because I would want to learn symmetry and just see how the pen tool worked and stuff like that. And and then I got my first like Wacom tablet, and I drew a mask, and it was a Jaguar Warrior, and a Jaguar Warrior is basically like when you back in the day when you killed a jaguar, you got to wear it on your like helmet as a trophy. The drawing. Yeah? I might have it still somewhere.
I want to see it.
It's really ugly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and because those but I never really like told anyone. Like I just like looked a bit about upon like Maya mask or Aztec mask or something.
Yeah.
And then I got to the tattoo shop and like the artist draws it on the spot. So you have to wait for an hour and the artist draws like the tattoo in Procreate and then he prints it out and then you get like the thing on your arm. So basically, Zhao knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically, he was like, okay, is this the mood board? And he started drawing, and then he came back like, and after 30 minutes or something, and he showed me like, okay, this is a Jaguar word, and I was like, wait, did I send you to do the Did I send a Jaguar word to you? He was like, no. I was like, that's the first thing I ever drew, and then I was like, yeah, okay, I need to get this.
Yeah, from you.
So yeah, it was pretty special to they kind of read my mind there. So yeah, that's how I got mine.
Nice. And did you especially want that artist or?
Yeah, I've looked him up on Instagram. And I have been following him. His name is Pablo Sanchez, if I'm not mistaken. He goes to Ink District in Amsterdam a lot. And he's a really talented artist. He does a lot of these detailed work with the shading and stuff, with some really nice faded shadings. Yeah, I really love his style. I would love to get another tattoo, but they're quite expensive.
Yeah, they are.
If I ever get rich, I'll get more.
I think I don't have any tattoos. I'm more of a piercing girl. I think I'm too impulsive to get a tattoo. Like today I'm liking dogs maybe, and I want a dog with a flower. And next week I'm into more grunge. I want something dark, a skull or something.
Yeah.
But like I'm not ready for that commitment, but I really like them.
Yeah. You
like on my piercings, when I got them, I was like waking up in the morning, I was thinking, yeah, I want a piercing today. So I'm going to the shop and choosing them there. Yeah. It's right at the desk.
Yeah, you need to find like a contemporary tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, instead of
and I don't want something
or contemporary design or
I don't want something to always like a heart or a dog paw.
A dolphin on your
dolphin
on your ankle, right?
I don't know, a tree, a palm tree or something, or
a lot of guys also have like a rose or a skull like here, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I want one. You know I want
Yeah.
one.
You should get a Dreadlabs Chrome type tattoo on your
No,
back.
no.
I will.
Maybe I should get Tom here.
I'll.
My collarbone.
No. I want to make you a tramp stamp, like a tribal tramp stamp.
Maybe I would like that. I don't know. Like now I'm kind of into the 90s style. Like, yeah, tramp stamp would be nice.
All right. Mama's older brother has his hands covered in tattoos. Really cool. She shared a picture of that in the Discord. Zhao is asking, maybe a dumb question, how much would the tattoo cost in the Netherlands? A small one is around 50 euros for good. Yeah, the
It
English
depends,
trick,
I think.
they have like a starting cost of like 50 euros, and this one was around 500 euros. So I don't know how much that is in your currency, but
I went with a friend of mine, and she just got like a small heart here, and it was like 10 euros. So
yeah, the big difference is like I actually went to like a tattoo artist, and then there's also tattoo shops, I think, where you can just like, you have the big books where you can just browse through something like, I want this, and they will put it on there on like 20 minutes maybe. So that's basically there's a difference, I guess, between tattoo shop and tattoo artist.
Yeah, it is.
And the people working in the tattoo shop are still tattoo artists, though. But like,
yeah,
for example,
you book up an appointment with them, not the shop.
Yeah. And the one that I went to is also like a guest artist there. Like he roams the world, and sometimes he comes back to the Netherlands and does like work here.
Get your name. I don't really like my name.
No?
No. It's like people pronounce it wrong.
They
For you, it's okay, but like
they write it wrong.
They always write it wrong and pronounce it wrong in the Netherlands. Even my coach from school, which have been my coach for 2 years, still pronounces it wrong, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I don't know. And when you write it, it's like ugly because the first 3 letters GAB are very thick, and the Y is very small.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I can kind of see that why it is.
And writing it's like the G. Yeah, I have a very intensive theory about it. The G is on the bottom half very long, and the B on the top half. You know, so it's kind of out of proportion.
I guess. Depends on like the font, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to a lot of designers right now, right?
Yeah. Don't hate me, but I'm like saying it as you write it. Just write it, not on design, but just by hand.
Yeah, okay. Lettering. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. When I make a test at school.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, when I write my name. I can make it in cursive or a cool font. It would have been too much work, I think.
Just like use like a calligraphy pen every time. So someone in the chat, like in the very beginning of the podcast, asked us how to like not stay sane during COVID, but how to stay creative.
Oh.
And that's a pretty hard question, I guess. So what are your tips for staying creative, or like what gets you in a creative mood or in a creative flow?
I think I'm not the right person to answer that. I'm not very creative in lockdown. Yeah, so, just like we talked about it last week, I need to plan when I'm creative. You know, if I'm autistic or not.
No, the thing is, like, when for example, with me, if I plan creativity, for example, if I can't say I'm going to paint tomorrow.
Yeah, I can.
Because like I will get too much pressure on the day, you know, like I will be like, okay, I have to paint tomorrow. I have to get everything ready.
Yeah.
And then like when I'm finished getting everything ready, and I'm like I'm already overthinking what I need to make. So basically, how I try to handle that is, I have a tip. I have a video on my channel, 5 tips to like keep being creative, I guess. And one of those is actually like preparing for it. So, for example, I would already get like the podcast studio set up before we go to do the podcast. You know, do the day.
Yeah, so you're relaxed. Before.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that gets me creative is you. When I'm doing something with you, I'm forced to be creative, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing that gets me like in a really, really, really creative mood. Wow, I really butchered that. Um, is music. I
I
love getting like, for example, even not even like making something. If I'm like searching new for like exploring artists on Spotify, you know how you, like sometimes you enter that rabbit hole where you can like, okay, you hear like a cool artist on on a playlist. You click on the artist, you listen to some of his music, he
yeah.
collaborates a lot with another artist, you dive into that, and you go on like that for an hour, and you've discovered like I don't know, 5 albums and 20 artists or something. I love those like
Yeah.
days, and those already like making a playlist of those get me in like a really really creative state, and which I yeah, which really like gets me like in a high or something, you know. And another one that we haven't had those yet, we don't have one yet, but I really want one, is a vinyl player, like a
Oh yeah.
like a how
If
are
you
they
have
called?
room for it.
We'll probably have room for it, but
Yeah.
um how are they called, like is it called like a tabletop, I guess, or a
Mm,
vinyl
a record
a
player.
record player?
Record
That's what
player.
that's what
Yeah.
sorry. um Organizing and reorganizing your office or workspace is also a really really good
Yeah.
one.
I really like cleaning.
And I like that. That's a cool thing. I like tidying up things, and like and you like
Putting stuff
clean.
away.
Yeah, I like putting stuff away or reorganizing it and making space to clean. And you like to actually clean it with like
Yeah.
a wipe or something.
It
That's
gets me I don't know, if I'm stressed and I'm gonna clean, it will reset my mind, I think. It will
yeah.
make me calm.
And it's also like just like with hobbies, it also makes you feel productive, even though you don't do anything creative.
Yeah, just like this morning you were gone and I vacuumed the whole place and
Yeah.
dusted everything off and
And then when I
did the
came back, you were
wash.
like really into like the paper you were
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was for school.
So yeah, it kind of works out. But what I what I would just like love is getting a turntable or getting like a
Is
record
it
player.
turntable? Is it a draaitafel?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah, from
you can use it for
DJing.
DJing, but it's
Wickel.
yeah, for I guess you call it turntable when you're a DJ, and record player when you're not
Yeah.
a DJ.
You can make the record
Yeah.
sound.
I used to make this with CDs.
Yeah?
I started as when I started as a DJ, I was playing CDs instead of USB. So I guess I can be
You're
considered a
very
little
old.
bit old.
You're very
I'm not that old, but
No. But you still make CDs.
yeah, because
Sometimes.
because my car is old. My car can't play MP3s or USB or something, so I have to still like burn old CDs.
It is.
But it also gets you in the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Like I still make my own
You
mixtapes in
made
FL
one for
Studio.
me.
I made you a mixtape. So yeah, kind of like it's also like it gets you in the creative
Yeah.
mood. But what I just love is like you know Nicox, right? Nicolas Gooijans,
Yeah, yeah.
the Belgian guy.
Yeah, from Instagram.
Yeah, and you know why he's called Nicox?
No?
Do you know, because he's like apparently like he's like kind of addicted to Discogs. Do you know that website?
No?
Discogs is
I feel stupid.
well, it's not, you're not stupid. It's basically like a website where you can buy records.
Oh, yeah.
But then like basically like there's a lot of record collectors there. So if you want to buy like a certain like album or something, it's basically like eBay or something,
Yeah.
but just for records. And it's also like a really nice website where you can find out like really like some underground black label music. And yeah, that's just what I want to get into, you know. Like there's a lot of people there who you can sell like records there or buy records that are only like €1, and then you have to like pay €6 for like shipping, but still, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty cheap for what it is.
You're wrong. Jackson says a turntable is something different.
Oh, it's different.
Duh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like there, a turntable. That's something different. That's like
Oh,
when
yeah,
a
it's
DJ.
something different. Yeah.
Yeah, record. Yeah, that's basically what Zhao is saying. But yeah, that's. I think that's the next hobby that I want to get into. You know. And I think we just want. I think for your sake, I need to buy like a good looking turntable, like
It is.
with a nice looking design.
Yeah. You know, I don't really listen to songs on repeat or albums. I like playlists. So I think that's why I'm not really into the vinyl thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but also like with the vinyl, I think that there's just the music that I would listen to there, like some ambient or like
Mm-hmm.
techno or more electronic based music,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's not even like your jam anyway.
No.
You're more into like actual like pop and like with
Am
singing.
I? Yeah, singing. Yeah, with vocals.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
with
if I listen to pop.
right.
It's
Okay,
pop related.
I'll send you. Okay, so people in the chat, if you have some like kind of like underground like electronic music for me, drop it in the chat and I'll try to check it out after the stream. Sorry,
Oh, those Gundams in the background. Yes, they
yeah,
are.
they are.
And a Mac.
um,
And
but
my pants.
there is a album that I want to listen to with you after the stream, if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Aphex Twin, and it's called Selected Ambient Works 8592 or something. And the chat will probably correct me
Mm-hmm.
because I probably
You're
didn't
wrong.
pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
Like it might be like
Mm-hmm.
Selected Ambient Works 8593 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, like Aphex Twin is like a really cool producer, and he makes like really like he's like one of those producers who make songs that you want to get into a creative flow with, and which I would like play when I would be reading like a design book
Mm-hmm.
or like draw or get like into my 3D mood
Mm-hmm.
or something. So I want to give you I want to listen to that with you after the podcast. But yeah, for the people in the chat right now, if you have something similar to Aphex Twin, let me send. Okay, someone's already sending an Aphex Twin album. But yeah, I would love to check out a lot of new music, and that's also if you are a member on the Discord on Dreadlabs, please share all these albums and links. Also, there's a playlist section in the Dreadlabs Discord. I want more people to share their music because I love diving into that, I guess. There's also on Reddit, there's a subreddit called The Overload.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that's just a lot of people sharing that kind of music with each other. And I've just found that it's really inspired me to create stuff, and that gets me like really into like a creative state. That's what we started talking about before we like dove into music. Right.
It's funny that you mentioned music because just like yesterday in
Yeah.
school, we didn't really talk about it because there were a few classmates here.
Right.
But we had a class, a
Yeah,
session.
online class
Yeah,
session.
online class session from one classmate who teaches us. And she talked about how a cover art can make or break an album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she showed me a video, and I need to show it to you tonight. And it was very fun. And I was just thinking
Okay.
about it.
What is the video about? Like, is it like a psychological thing? Or?
No, he's giving some examples, like the Childish album. I think it's his last one with all the numbers.
Yeah, 31520.
Yeah, I don't remember, but that's if that's a choice you make, and there's like the last album of Neil Horan from One Direction. There's happening a lot. I just remembered a few more examples. It's happening a lot. There's a lightning bolt, and he's standing on a chair, and there's so much happening, but his face is like, so there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
It's like that's a bad one, and
right. So I guess.
And you get the feeling from an album, and it's hard because some artists are making songs and they put so many hours in them, and just to channel that into one artwork, it's very hard, I think. We did something for Cardi B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about, like the make or break or an after artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I
and it's your work, so
yeah, but I've experienced that myself, where I saw like an artist which I never heard before, and I didn't play an album because the cover looked kind of lame.
Yeah.
Or I started listening, for example, Goldlink, a rapper. I started listening to his music because I thought one of his album covers looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the same goes with the album that I want you to check out later. That's really old already. It's from the 90s, I think, or maybe even from the 80s.
I like that era.
Yeah, but it's not the music that you expect,
Okay.
though. But basically, his like logo is on there, and his logo is so iconic. And because like that style is like returning now, and that's basically what the Dreadlabs style is based on. I'll show it to you real quick. Selected ambient works. You probably maybe even have seen that logo before.
No.
Oh, but yeah, as you can see, it looks a lot like the style that everyone's doing now, right, in our community.
Yeah.
So basically, I think also the reason why this music is also popular is because of the album cover and how cool the logo looks, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically like you said, it can make or break something, and yeah, there's a lot of like album covers out there which I dislike, but like still like the music. But yeah, I guess that's the first impression you get nowadays, you know. Like maybe not even nowadays, you know. Back then, you when you were in the record store, you also like picked up an album and you're like, okay.
Yeah, you couldn't listen to it.
Right.
Yeah. Could you?
Yeah, you can. When you pick it up and then you put it on a record player and then with headphones on, and then you listen to it for a few minutes and then you decide whether you want to buy it or not.
Okay.
When I was in Berlin, there was like a record store there, and it also had it mainly had like a lot of techno and more electronic bass, but also like old school hip hop and stuff like that. And it had like vintage second hand stuff, but also like new stuff. And it was like it wasn't really that crowded, but there were like a lot of DJs coming in there, and they're like, and I was just talking to one of them like, oh, are you a DJ here? Because we were just like visiting Berlin, and those guys who just they go there and they just buy their records to play in the weekend. Like that's so cool. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah, I've been a DJ for quite a long time now, and I've never lived in that actual era. You know, and there's still people doing that, so that's really cool.
You've convinced me. You can get one.
And there's also like a friend of mine who I've been teaching. I've been giving him some private lessons a few months ago. Nicholas Falvo, I hope I pronounced his name right. But yeah, really cool guy. He learned how to design, and he does design school now. But he
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And but I helped him like get there in the first few steps, and he is a DJ himself. He's part of a collective, and he also works in a record store there in Barcelona. So I really hope to, when COVID's over, that we can we can go there sometime, you know, check it out. In the meantime, let's check out what the chat is saying. Have you heard of Digicore? I know Digimon, but not Digicore. Sorry. Ever worked in an agency setting? Yeah, I've only been an intern for I guess I've been an intern for Yellowclaw, and it was kind of like in an agency.
Yeah, it was for Wrong Family, I think.
Yeah, Wrong Family / it was for a label / DJ group / merchandise back end company, but yeah, it had a lot of similar like agency vibes, I think. Why is every IG graphic designer a clone or a copycat? It's like 20 designers make all the same thing. Yeah, I think a lot of people just like, especially now, yes, being inspired is one thing, but a lot of IG designers are especially now all the same. I think it's it's the same way that everyone dresses the same, and I think you get a point there, keep it locked. And when I like found out about this style like 3 years ago or something, not a lot of people were doing it, but now it's really, really oversaturated. And I think that's also a cool thing, though, because like people learn from each other, but also a lot of people copy from each other.
I think it's because it's maybe an inspiration for them.
Yeah, but also I think, and the cool thing is, it's harder to stand out now, but the way to stand out now is to challenge yourself into creating trends for yourself. And
yeah, it is.
And see what you can do with this style to make it like different from everybody else. So that's a very, very important challenge for yourself if you want to evolve as a designer. So, someone listened to Gesloten Cirkel, and that's a
It's
Dutch.
Dutch.
That's Dutch for closed circle, but yeah, I've never like heard of that actually. Mad Villain album
From
cover.
Rulis. You can search it up. From who it is.
Revolver literally bought a new LP today. Okay, so people in the chat, especially like people who speak English natively, do you just also call it LP, like a vinyl record?
I don't know if he's Dutch. It's an artist who's called Gesloten Cirkel.
Sorry?
It's an artist, Gesloten Cirkel.
Okay.
It's not an album.
Oh, we'll check that out later.
Yeah, sorry.
So many cool music to check out. I'm excited.
I'm excited when something is Dutch. I don't know why. Because I'm proud of my Dutchiness.
Right. So, do you have something else you want to talk about for this week?
No. Not really, I think.
Oh, we forgot a segment. A client horror story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I need to come up with one real quick.
I have one that involves you. Like with the payments.
Not sure if I want to share that yet.
No.
Maybe next week. We need to discuss that a little bit first.
Yeah.
In the meantime, people in the chat, while I'm thinking of a story, if you have any questions for us before we quit the stream, let us know in the chat and we'll try to answer them. But I love how like people are talking to each other in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Really fun. Okay, so let me think of a client horror story. This is one that I've discussed in the first episode of the podcast, so I can't really share it again.
Gesloten Cirkel is a very cool and mysterious guy. Oh.
Sounds cool. Jackson got a question, I think, or a client horror story.
Yeah, if you have any stories, you can share them with us, I think.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of them because like it's...
No, not you, but you.
Oh yeah, so if people in the chat have client horror stories, you can also share them in the...
Not you, them, they, them.
So while I let the chat come up with their stories, I had a short one. There was a person for a clothing brand, for a small clothing brand, and I'm talking like maybe like 1,000.
I think I know him.
Like 1,000 followers on Instagram, and he just like, okay, so I already like don't really like you if you send me a DM and you're like, how much? How much? Not even like, hey, how are you? How much do you charge for an artwork? Like, it's not that hard to type a whole sentence. There's a different story if you like, for example, if English is not your native language or something. This guy was from America, so he had nothing. He said, how much? I was like, how much for what? Dude, don't be so cocky. How much for do you charge for an artwork? And I was like, okay, can you
depends.
Can you share me a little bit of insights on this? Do you have like what is the design for? How many designs do you need? And what is your budget? And he was like, well, I have a clothing brand and I need 4 graphics done like these ones, and then he sent me some inspiration which wasn't from me. And I was like, okay, I can do that, but I don't want to copy designer. So I was like, do you have any work from me that you like where you want to base something on perhaps? And then we talked a little bit about that, and he started getting a little bit more civil until we discussed the price. So it was like, okay, at this point I was only charging 30 euros an hour. And I was like, okay, this is going to take me about 10 hours because there were multiple designs. And then I also would charge like, it wasn't like for a lot of t-shirts, but I was like, okay, and it's going to cost you like 50 euros extra because of printing rights. And he was like, no, we're not going to do that. And I was like, okay, that's fine. What is your budget? Yeah, it's like, I was wondering if you could do it for free.
No.
And don't be so cocky because they're also like, but because we're also talking to 5 other designers or something.
Okay.
And I was like,
have fun with them.
Yeah, I was like, that's fine. Like, it's okay to talk to multiple designers if you're looking for one, but don't think that it's gonna like intimidate me to lower my price from 350 euros to 0.
Yeah, why?
Just because you're talking to other designers. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And
It
he was
makes
like,
me angry.
and then he was like really cocky about it too, where he's just like, well, and good luck ever finding a client ever again. Bye or something.
Oh, but you didn't find one.
Yeah,
Ever
I've
again.
never got a client
No.
after that. You know, like
No. Do you still design?
I quit it after that because
Yeah.
he basically said that I wasn't good enough. So
Yeah. I know how that feels.
oh, I have another good one, and it was about Dreadlabs actually.
Is it gonna be this week or next week?
Maybe you should save it for next week.
Yeah, maybe. You can
Oh,
tell
that's a
me
really good
after the
one.
podcast.
What
is it about?
It was the guy who wanted Dreadlabs to pitch in with video content.
I didn't notice.
He was such. I don't know if I don't want to swear because I will get demonetized.
Yeah.
But he was
a stupid man.
He was such a not very nice person.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll see what the chat is saying because we have a new full row of.
If
I hope
Hobby
questions.
were a shoe, which one would you be?
Ooh, I know mine.
Yeah, what would be yours?
Probably Balenciaga Triple S. I still
Yeah?
like the design.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I don't have a pair, but I would be that shoe. I love it.
I think I would be something, yeah, a sneaker, of
Mhm.
course, because I don't really wear heels.
You can I tell yours?
Yeah.
You would be like a customized sneaker in the style of cool shirts,
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
right?
I was thinking maybe just a white Nike sneaker, just simple, comes with everything.
No, you're just like your
But-
sweater. You're
yeah.
like all over the place with
Yeah.
colors and happiness.
I
And
am.
all right, so Pasha. Okay, so Gesloten Cirkel is actually from Russia but lives in the Netherlands.
Oh,
Pretty
nice.
interesting. You should name your segments and plan it beforehand. Yeah, probably. Like we should probably like also like write down notes for the next podcast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that organized yet.
Oh, can we do some intro songs?
Yeah, I'm also planning
Plans
on.
with Hobby.
Yeah, I'm also planning on getting a soundboard involved in everything. But for that, I think we need to link it up to our computer. So
Troy and Abed in the morning.
Tom and Gabi in the morning.
Nights.
So only
People who
people
don't watch Community
Yeah.
will be like, "Ah."
go watch Community. You'll understand. So let's see. Jonas says, "Hey man, where to start? Just to get a sense of direction. If you're a beginner, like a digital editing software like Photoshop, what sort of aesthetics or I guess just learn the basics first, and then just go on Instagram or Pinterest, see whatever you like, and see if there are tutorials on that and how to
Yeah.
recreate it. Try to experiment with it. Yeah, I recommend if you have the money to go with Adobe Photoshop. If you don't have any money to go with Paint.net. It's basically, yeah. I don't know if it's still out there, but it's probably like.
I'm still thinking about last week when I thought you really meant paint. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like Photoshop.
So Jackson had a client request with a screen share. Client request a screen share. She could show an update. They proceeded to stay on screen share for 6 hours and live critique, and managed to get me to do 10 redesigns. Damn! I hope you get paid for that.
Oof.
You got paid for that actually. You should
Yeah.
ask first if you were open for commissions. That's also a really good point, Memo. Yeah. He tried to get to copy another company, and I straight was like, no, I will not. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart of you, Jackson. Revolver. People don't understand that anything creative is part science and part art. Definitely.
Mhm.
It's like those people that try for free and always have the same script. Also
Yeah.
very, very true. Cheap work ain't good work. Cheap work, that's a very good quote. Cheap work ain't good, and good work ain't cheap.
I work for cheap, I think.
That's not good, no.
You can cook your own dinner.
So
You're sassy today.
a mascot design stolen by a clothing company. That sucks.
Oh.
So talking about John Cantino, Forever 21 used to rip off his designs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got in touch with them, they just had like a legal department. They were like, oh no, we just have like this giant pile of money to pay you, so you won't sue us. They were like, so
They
it's
know
cheaper
it.
for them to pay
Yeah.
them off if they get copyrighted,
Mm-hmm.
and if they get like in trouble with them, then
Yeah.
instead of starting
But
a
they
legal
will
process.
lose if you
Yeah.
sue them.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I wonder how much money you got from that.
Mm-hmm.
That might actually just be like over 100,000 euros, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, just speculating.
They won't be $20.
Swan would be a Nike. No, it won't be $20.
No.
A revolver says the Nazi Balenciaga. I don't know. I just like the design of a triple S.
Yeah.
Keep it
You
locked.
don't own even something from Balenciaga.
No,
You don't really own something from any high-end designer.
no. I think the highest end brand that I wear is like Daily Paper or something.
I think it's Nike for me.
You thrift a lot though.
Yeah.
It's good for the environment.
Yeah. The sweater is thrifted. I think it's made. In my head, it's made. And grandma made it for her child. In my head.
You have like a story behind it.
Yeah. Because it's also missing the tag in the collar. So I think it's
right,
homemade.
yeah. You think it's homemade?
Yeah. Maybe someone is watching. Is like, no, you have it at
I bought it at
H&M.
H&M.
Yeah.
Or Zara or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep it locked. Had a logo label name stolen by charity. I put my logo on t-shirt. Ooh, ouch. So yeah, I advise you to see if you can take legal actions of that. Are you planning to do another podcast with other designers? Yeah, I plan on inviting guests, but I want to get everything like properly set up. I want to see if like enough people are interested in the podcast and like live interviews and stuff like that.
And maybe after the pandemic.
Yeah, maybe after the pandemic and also like through the internet, but it's like the software to have like proper online calls and stuff. It's a little bit hard, and it's especially live when there's like a delay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like fun to do, but yeah, I'll try to see what we can do. And Vicarious, I think he said it reminded me of Community. Once I worked with a guy who was into esports, and he made me do a rebrand. Also designs for clothing line he owned. Sent me, giving me 25 euros so he could send me some clothing about himself. Ouch. Okay, so Jackson, did not get paid. Wow.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, and Vicarious is also a good tip. GIMP and Affinity Designer are free and good alternatives for Photoshop. Probably better than Paint.net.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's all over the place recently. Denar, I think, is it Russian?
Yeah, I can read that. Sorry.
Me neither. Sorry, man. You should watch a video on fan art. It's straight up illegal. Okay, yeah, that's a problem also. Like a lot of people, for example, just browse like these Instagram sharing channels and they don't really like go into there's a designer behind something. They just have someone copy it. It's a real problem.
Like someone says, shows your work.
Yeah, let's say for example, my artwork for Kirby, right? So if people don't know, I last Monday. Kirby released a release on Monster Cat, which I did the artwork for. It was his first release on Monster Cat as a producer, and my first artwork for Monster Cat as a designer, which is really cool. But yeah, let's say someone saw that because someone shared it, and then someone's like, okay, I also want a 3D artwork with a model which has like waveforms as hair. Because the internet, it travels like a little bit further, and that's how like people copy it without even like meaning to. It's a bit irritating. Danar has actually said greetings from Russia, and then he said, I really like what you do. This is cool. Thank you so much, Danar. Welcome to the community. It's so cool. See how cool it is that we're actually talking to people from Russia, or from America, India. Sick, right? Indonesia also. Dutch. Really, really cool. But I think we are going to end it off here, right?
I think we're gonna start cooking.
Yep. What are you gonna cook today? What are we gonna cook today?
You don't know, but I almost cook every night.
Yeah, she does most of the cooking.
But you help. Tonight we're gonna eat noodles with teriyaki and sugar snaps.
We have been trying some TikTok recipes. So if you guys, I don't know, if you live by yourself?
Just any recipes. We're trying to eat vegan or less meat.
Mm-hmm.
Not vegan, vegetarian, because vegan is too hard.
Yeah, vegan is.
I like my cheese. I'm very Dutch in that way.
Yeah.
Cheese. But if you have any recipes, send them to you or to me.
Maybe we should start also like a cooking / eat food channel on the Discord. Maybe then you will like to join and talk.
Maybe I will join the Discord.
I don't know if a lot of people in the Dreadlabs community actually like live on their own already, or maybe like they're a little bit younger and still live with their parents. Because I didn't worry about like food before I
did. I'm obsessed with food.
Yeah, but you cooked like as a hobby and stuff as well.
Yeah, I bake. I bake cookies. Last week I made
TikTok is banned. TikTok is banned where?
I watch most of the TikToks on YouTube, so I never use the app on TikTok.
It's hard to be a vegan in the Balkans.
And I watch most of the videos we use. I watch them on Instagram.
Yeah, on Reels. You just copy rehashed content, right?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm part of the problem.
No, you're not. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We are going to end it off here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Juicy, I think it was his name. Thank you so much for the donation. Hope to see you all here next week. This Friday I will be doing another design live stream. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do. Maybe like some Illustrator stuff. We haven't really done that for a while. But yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I guess that's it. If you want to get access to all of your project files from our tutorials, you can do so by going to Patreon. If you want to get some cool assets for your new design work, go to dreadlabs.net. And in the meantime, you can continue to chat with everyone else on the Discord. I'll type it in the chat right now if you are not a member yet. And I guess I'll see you guys next week or hopefully next Friday.
Okay.
This was Tom from Dreadlabs and Gabi from Dreadlabs tuning out, and we'll see you in the next